Tell that goddamn bird to shut up, Alan.
I'll tell you to shut up before that happens.
Okay. Actually, I think you've already done that before many a time. Anyways, here's the thing though, guys. It's a Double Talk pre-show. What's up, everybody? Over there in the chat that I just sent over to us when there was no show going on. That was fucking dumb, right? But you know what? Pimps make mistakes sometimes. And I'm not a pimp, but I do make mistakes. How are you doing, Alan?
What the fuck was that intro?
Yeah, it was a pretty bad one. Well, I will tell you that. It was very, very bad. But no, guys. Hopefully, you guys weren't confused with the whole. I don't even know if it's even hosting us, whatever. I have to go back and check all that stuff because I did everything out of order. But the thing is, though, man. Other than your bird yelling behind you saying, Nick's right, Alan sucks, or whatever the fuck, which I appreciate that, Penelope. But how are you doing, man?
I'm pretty good. Just spent the day just finishing up some stuff, playing some games because I got to go back to work tomorrow. My 5-day off is finally over.
Damn, wait, it's been 5 days off?
Yeah, I got Thursday to Monday off.
Oh,
So
well,
2 days a weekend, so I got 3 work days off.
Look over here, Maurice to say more like the spontaneous double talk. Yeah, dude, I gotta tell you, I don't know. You might want to send Corey an email and ask him, hey, so is that still a show? But the daily double talk is just like the monthly. Maybe we'll talk about something in case it's trending or maybe not show.
Get somebody else that can do it. Like you have Christian on there. Get somebody else. Get Chris or whatever. Someone that could do it daily. He doesn't have to be on there because he still has to do other stuff. It might be difficult for him to talk about every single topic every day. You know?
Exactly. Yeah. No, because I know like if I had Corey's schedule, I'd be driving myself fucking crazy. But then again, I already am crazy. But here's the thing. Speaking of crazy, you know that there's gonna be a really like natural segue to ask how Jet's doing. Jet, aka Crazy, how you doing?
When have I ever been crazy?
You've been crazy
the
so
very
many
first
times.
time I ever met you.
Yeah, that too. The fact that we were in like what, a 4-hour car drive while you danced and just tortured.
Oh, you don't get to
fucking
complain about that. You weren't even beside her. I get to complain about that.
I was just doing that for you, just so you were able to complain.
Yeah,
I'm on your side.
The car ride was terrible. Sitting there next to the corpse bride as she's dancing the whole time.
Corpse bride. Well, how is she the corpse bride? That doesn't make no goddamn sense.
Because every time she punched me, it was like getting punched by a skeleton.
I mean,
Which, by the way, hurts way more than you'd expect.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, when it hurt more of a big dude pushed you, or
No, because bone hurts.
I think it's just any amount of anything hurting you. Like, I mean, you're getting punched. It's not supposed to feel good. God damn it! Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but that was like extra because it was like bony.
I mean, does that make you feel better, Jed? The fact that you can just beat the shit out of him and he still remembers it like a year later. That's so tough.
I mean, I don't do it often, but when I do, it feels good.
But
sometimes I don't even need to be the one to beat up Alan. Someone else does it.
Yeah, like Roxy did it. She just put me in a fucking headlock with a freaking spiked gauntlets and scratched my face for 2 days.
Damn, that sounds like she was trying to fucking kill you, to be honest, dude. Like,
Between you and Ganja, I don't know who gets the shit beat out of him more. Actually,
I'm gonna go with Ganja because Ganja doesn't learn his lessons.
Also, too, just to put this out here, and I only do this when we're off the show, but I'm going to do it live for once because it'll be fun. I think Alan already knows what I'm about to do. But just so you know, Alan, out of everybody in our group, I'm the only person who hasn't hit you yet.
Well, physically, yes.
No, but I
mean, has Ganja hit you?
Oh yeah.
No.
Well, Ganja hits.
So yeah, so I mean, out of the girls, like me and
neither
Rob,
has 90s or Allie or what's it called? Trey. Trey has never hit me.
The person doing the people doing the most hitting is me and Roxy because you guys will just run your mouths.
Yeah.
Then you two are quick to violence.
I do like though that like I haven't gotten hit by any of the girls. Well, fuck.
Yeah,
no,
you
Roxy
did. Roxy beat the shit out of you.
Okay, I'm full of shit. All right. Damn, I'm full of shit.
Jet, man.
Damn it.
You're just trying to find a way to be like, I need to be better than everyone in the room right now. How am I going to pull that off? And you're failing it every chance you get.
The thing is, though, is like I usually do like succeed in finding ways to I'm better than everybody because I'm kind of like better than everybody. Like that's a really
not.
Like, chat. Like I'm gonna tell you guys, I don't want to sound like conceited or anything. I'm great. I just want to put that out there. I'm fucking amazing.
He really isn't.
And I really like that. For instance, me being so amazing. Edward is cool. Is always here really really early and everything. Thank you, Edward. It's cool. And by the way, Edward, do you feel like I'm amazing? Do you like me more than you like Alan? Because if you do, like,
don't answer that question. And Mauricio. Yeah, I don't know where you're getting that. Jet and Roxy seem so friendly.
They are friendly. Well, Roxy is.
I'm very friendly to people who deserve it. Mm-hmm. Alan, you run your mouth a lot, so you tend to.
Fuck you! You bring up a lot of bullshit.
No, but you picked on her today. You picked on her today, though, right?
Yeah, so fucking what?
I'm just saying.
You throw me all the time.
Talk shit, get hit.
Mm-hmm.
You fucking you hit anybody for this random bullshit.
I'll stab you with these fucking elbows.
I know. I've seen them. You're sharpening that shit on the car right there. I don't know how you meant.
But no, man. Like, I noticed that though. Like you're definitely the dude who like goes and barks at the fucking bear or whatever. Look at Chihuahua.
Oh, Ganja does that all the time. I love how
Ganja. That's the reason. That's the reason why Ganja gets his ass beat constantly because he asked for it.
Yeah,
at
and
least
I
I
was
learned
like,
my lessons.
no, you don't though. You so don't.
More than that guy does.
Okay, yeah, that's like saying like, oh, I'm not fat. I'm not 500,000 pounds, but I'm 400.
You gotta take him. Hey, I gotta take him where I get him.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. But here's the thing, though, man. So many things to talk about tonight. I might be going through them a little bit fast today, but at the same time, I just think that some of these are not too important. It's just fun to kind of like, talk about some of the crazy shit. One of the things we have on a thumbnail, which I'll start off with that right away because it's definitely not going to be a long conversation. I guarantee you. But apparently, we're still so like just out of the loop as far as making right decisions in the theaters and whatnot that the Boss Baby got fucking delayed for 6 months. For one, who the fuck really cares when the release date is for this goddamn movie? And
Who
two,
fucking made that movie?
I don't. Is it Dream? Yeah, DreamWorks.
Yeah, that's DreamWorks.
Yeah. Right
so
here.
apparently, I actually just learned this, but Boss Baby actually has a big following, especially after its Netflix show.
Yeah, which is surprising. Yeah, I forgot about that Netflix show. And I wanted to watch it at a certain point, but like at the same time, I guarantee you, I'm not gonna like it. It's just
you didn't want to watch that shit.
Don't you lie?
Well, no, it's at the same point that like I kind of want to watch that new thing that just came out that's connected to Shark Boy and Lava Girl. The fucking
no, you fucking did it. Nobody. Who the fuck cares about Shark Boy and Lava Girl?
Believe it or not, everybody right now, like that movie is like people are liking the fuck out of this movie, dude.
Really? Why? Did nobody like the last one?
See, okay, just to put this out here, this is the same thing that happened. We were talking about fucking Soul and how, like, what's a kid's movie, what's a not-kid's movie, what's stupid, what's this, whatever. You're not taking it seriously because it connected to Shark Boy and Lava Girl because you think it's beneath you. But we gotta treat all these movies the same, bro. We gotta give us
no,
respect.
I don't. Oh, you're right. Yeah, I think Shark Boy and Lava Girl was fucking garbage when it came out, and the idea of a sequel 20 fucking years later is just as stupid as the original idea. I was a kid when Shark Boy and Lava Girl came out. That was specifically towards me, and I was like, this looks fucking stupid. I never watched it.
Jay, how about you? Did you like your Shark Boy and Lava Girl while you're watching your Cat in the Hat and all that other crazy shit?
I actually remember the first time I actually saw Shark Boy and Lava Girl. I was at my friend's house right after we went to church, and I gotta be honest. I saw how that movie looked, and I did not like it.
Okay, I'm about to say I gotta be honest. I really liked it. Like I gotta be honest. I fucking hate it.
No, like it looked like for me as young as I was, that was elementary school. That shit looked terrible.
Everyone's close, and I had a big crush on Lava Girl. I don't blame you. You know, when I was that age, I'd probably be like, she's kind of pretty. Plus, too, when I was a kid,
that age. That movie came out 20 years ago.
Well, I don't remember. I don't know shit about this stuff. I'm not some fucking nerd.
That's what I mean. Like that movie came out.
No, I can understand. I can understand like the big following with what was it? Spy Kids.
Oh yeah.
Fuck Spy Kids. Fucking
because like. That's where Shark Boy and Love Girl come from. Like they're kind of like a spin-off of Spy Kids.
Are they? Or they just have the same actors?
No, I'm pretty sure like it was some sort of spin-off or something.
Yeah, it could be a spin-off because they have like there's a whole universe.
Well, no, because Spy Kids don't have Lava Girl and Shark Boy. They have abilities, but I think it's the same actress that was in those movies and it was the same director, but they're not connected. Because, yeah.
Okay, wait.
So they're shot basically the same. So honestly, like if you wanted to, you could say these were basically the same fucking universe. So Shark Boy and Lava Girl technically don't even fucking exist. They're like some kid's fucking imagination bullshit.
Oh Jesus.
Oh really? Is that the fuck? Again, I never fucking sat through that garbage ass fucking movie because I'm like, this looks fucking stupid.
I don't know how true this is. He says machetes in the same universe.
No, that actually is true. That one actually is true.
Are you
because
fucking serious?
Yeah, because the uncle that you meet that gives all the abilities and stuff, he is I don't know what his character's name is, but when they do the machete spin-offs, it's the same character. So that character in the machete movies eventually like retires and makes a shit for the kids.
Wow. Yeah. See, that's ridiculous. But at the same time, it's like going to these because like We Can Be Heroes. I'm probably gonna watch that tomorrow when I'm doing another.
No, you're not.
Why?
Goddamn liar.
Because I think like for one, watching something as silly as Wonder Woman last week, I'm like, you know what? Like, let me watch something that actually leans into being for kids. And I can tell you how many ways just by watching the clips I saw because I did clips for Corey. I just not watching the whole thing, just seeing clips. I think We Can Be Heroes is way better than Wonder Woman 1984. Like, way better.
You know what? You can figure that out for yourself, but there's enough good television out there.
Are you scared that you're going to see the same thing I see? You're going to be like, oh my god.
No, I don't want to waste my goddamn time with something that looks like fucking Sky High 2. Yeah, Sky High was shit back then.
So what?
Why do you act like this? Why do you act
like this? It was terrible back then. The movie was fucking awful.
Okay.
So
The
wait,
acting
so
was
do you have
terrible.
the
The
same-
fucking abilities were stupid, and the fucking overall premise was moronic.
Do you have the same mindset when it comes to Boss Baby, the first movie? Like, do you have the same
Yeah,
mindset of like,
that
oh, it looks so good?
dude, Boss Baby looks like somebody lost a bet. Okay, we're gonna make this Baby Geniuses 3, but we're gonna have what was it, Alec Baldwin voice the character, make the character's head super fucking huge. Yeah. I feel like it was made as a bet, and somehow got a fucking following.
Yeah, that thing I just sent you. Now that's the real kids movie. That scene from that movie is the real kids movie.
What the fuck is this? Yeah, look at this thing. Who approved this? Let me read
So
this.
stop
Or
crying,
listen to
cuz.
this.
I heard you with your
Oh, this is fucking
You're not just an
terrible.
Oreo, Aisha. You double stuff.
You're
wrong,
double
bro.
stuff?
My girl?
Oh my
She's been
God.
pulling drive-bys since she
I know
was
you guys can
short.
hear in the
Yo,
call,
she was
but
drinking boys off the nipple. Carson? So don't
Oh, I
be getting
thought
off
so.
on a Kool-Aid, biatch. I've seen.
Alan, where's
She's
this
gonna
from?
be swamped on
Why are you asking me? Bitch sent it.
St. Claude County?
no, because you know what this is. You're like, oh yeah, that's some bullshit.
No, because she sent it earlier.
Oh,
I already saw this stupid bullshit. It's like, hey, I'm gonna freaking pump up my my black best friend by saying that she fucking drank 40s when she was 2. Like what? Okay,
that's fucking great.
Mauricio, man, you watch way too much shit to know what that was off the top of your fucking.
Well, I mean, he's right. It was Brandon.
I know he's right.
To win it.
No, the thing is,
Like,
I was
how?
thinking it was bringing on too. Like I didn't even know, but I'm like, I could have sworn like I know like certain things in pop culture, and Bringing On was like the Mean Girls, like both of those movies were huge at the same time, I believe. Or am I wrong?
I don't fucking know. I know Mean Girls was the biggest thing in the world, but I don't remember Bring It On.
Sure was.
God damn, I'm looking over here though. The sequel, Bring It On Again.
Bring It On again.
That's what the fucking movie's
Okay. No, man. You have a fucking Never Back Down has like the funniest fucking.
called.
That
Well, the double,
like,
the 007 movies.
no, not the 007. The Never Back Down.
Never Back Down.
Like it's like a boxing or oh fuck, I can't remember what it was. I can't remember what the sport was, but it's like
oh,
some
the
sort of
beat
fighting.
down.
The beat down, yeah.
Oh, that's no surrender. Man, are these like WWE pay-per-view names?
Yeah, they're fucking terrible. Oh, dude,
God,
I mean, nothing has a
damn.
worse naming convention than the Die Hard movies.
Oh wow. Yeah, and, dude. Live Free Die Hard was like the last one that made sense. But what was that other one of like it's a good
A
day
good day to die hard.
Oh
No, those ones
Jesus.
are fine. Those ones are fine. 4 and 5 are fine. But it was Die Hard, then Die Harder, which was supposed to be called. And guess what the third one was supposed to be called?
Wait, Die Hard
Yeah.
with the Vengeance. That's what it
No,
is
no,
called.
that's what they called it. But what was it supposed to be called?
A Die Hardist.
Yes, they originally wanted to call it Die Hardest. Yet to end off the trilogy, but then they realized how stupid the name was, so they just put With a Vengeance.
That's fucking awful. Die Hardest.
So
Dude,
bad.
and imagine it comes back as like Hardly Dead.
Hardly dead. Pretty fucking much. Austin Nick in the chat saying the Rainbow titles didn't make sense. No, the first one did. Rambo First Blood makes perfect sense.
Well,
The
yeah,
Rainbow-
but part 2
then they
is
just
technically
kept
part 1 because of the.
What about the Rocky movies?
No, they're fine.
That's what- Rocky, yeah, they just put numbers.
Yeah.
No,
Except for
but
the
at a
last one.
certain point, they didn't they like have like the 7th or whatever movie called Rocky Balboa.
The sixth ended, yeah, just called it
Yeah.
Balboa as a way to end but they ended the franchise. Well, not ended. They ended that character's story by just calling it Rocky Balboa because that was the first time he ever had his name, so he just completes his title.
Yeah.
I don't know. That seems like it'd get confusing between the first and the last movie.
Not necessarily, because they just called it Rocky, and then the most recent one's called Rocky Balboa.
Now,
That's-
see, if they would have made sequels to Rocky Balboa, then it'd be like some Halloween shit again. Like, go be like, oh,
Halloween
man.
is the worst.
Halloween is
Let's just
definitely
straight
the
up
worst.
say, like Terminator, you could almost get, but Halloween, there's 3 movies called Halloween.
Yeah. And then, you know what I hate too is like when they change spelling and shit, like Terminator Genesis. Like, I know the word Genesis, and I saw the trailer, and I knew it and everything. But like every time I saw it, I'd be like, oh, I want to watch Terminator Genesis.
Oh no, it's Genesis.
Genesis, yeah, Genesis. That's fucking stupid.
It's a terrible name because they're like, no, because it's one of those things where we got to create a new villain after we defeat fucking Skynet, but we kept coming up with really shitty names for it.
This is a movie that I know that you like talking about to throw in my face, but Freddy's Dead. You know, it's not called Nightmare on Elm Street 6. It's Freddy's Dead, and then it has a subname, The Final Nightmare. So 2 things: 1, Freddy's not dead, and 2,
Yes, he
it's
does.
not
They kill him at the end of it.
Well, then he comes back, of course. You know.
No, that's no. He doesn't come back till they fucking do Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah.
But that's the last time. But that thing is, they almost completely ignore that. Just like how they ignored Jason Goes to Hell. Jason doesn't go to hell. That movie is terrible.
You know
Oh
what's-
fuck! No, like, I can't believe we forgot about the fucking Jason movies. Yeah, Jason 9. Jason goes to hell. He doesn't go to hell.
Jason Takes Manhattan. He doesn't take Manhattan, actually.
Literally is in Manhattan for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Jason New Beginning actually wasn't a new beginning to anything. It was like the non-canon fucking movie.
I
Jason
don't know.
Lives.
I have no idea what Brightburn is getting at. The Dark Knight trilogy. Only two of them are named The Dark Knight. Yeah, because he's building to becoming the Dark Knight. That's the whole point of the first two movies were.
But I
Like,
get what
what-
Brightburn's talking about because like it feels like maybe Christopher Nolan was like, okay, I'm gonna name the second movie The Dark Knight, and then that's it. And they're like, oh, well, you know, we didn't have no plans for a third one, but since we got that out, just call this whole thing The Dark Knight trilogy. And it's like that probably was not the plan.
Oh, 100%. But like even the convention, it's like, yeah, Batman Begins. Like, yeah, it is Batman. It's an origin story. Then what happens second with The Dark Knight? That's where he gets the moniker The Dark Knight at the end of the movie. The Dark Knight Rises is him fully becoming comic book Batman.
One thing too, I want to bring up as far as that goes too. I hate like origin stories are fine, but when you name your movie off of the fact that it's an origin story, and then you move so far in the future that it's not an origin story anymore. Like I hate the name Batman Begins because it just
Oh, no,
feels
that's
like
great for me.
yeah, because like for me, I'm like, well, Batman Begins, but this movies have probably touched on certain things that come before Batman Begins, and now too, you kind of just stepped on every other movie's shoes, and you know, been like, hey, or you know, the toes of every other movie, saying like, no, we're the real Batman Begins, only to have that title because later on in the movie he does shit that's way after him becoming Batman, blah blah blah. It wasn't all just the origin, like he's doing Batman.
Well, no, it's not like he's gonna sit there and origin it up until the last minute, then he becomes Batman. It's Batman Beginning. So it's like this is what happens before, and then once he becomes
But-
Batman,
see,
and then by the end of it,
Well, no, but like on that, like I because you said it perfectly, actually. That's why I'm stopping you. Why, like, would you have been mad if it was just the origin all the way up until the very end, and you get like 10 minutes of actual Batman?
I mean, I wouldn't because I think that'd be really interesting. But I know a bunch of people, including your ass, that would have fucking been.
What candy is that?
But just stop talking. Anyway, I know your ass would be mad because like, man, this is a Batman movie. I had to watch 2.5 hours, and he doesn't become Batman. What the fuck? I'd be like, wow, that's actually really interesting. They're going more to Bruce Wayne, and then the second movie is him becoming fully Batman. But it's like, yeah, they're calling it Batman because like it's they just did that as a way to kind of we're a lot of the other Batmans, because most people think of Tim Burton's Batman or even Adam West's Batman, they never really go into the origin story because even in Tim Burton's Batman, he's been Batman for a while. It's just this is the first time he's dealing with some of the people. Same thing with Adam West Batman. He's been Batman for a while. This is the first time it's like we're going to show you. Basically, someone in the chat said Batman Year One. That one I think it'd be more reference to the comic book, and that essentially is what Christopher Nolan took a lot to make that movie. Is he took a lot of Batman Year One, where it's like this is the first year of him actually, taking the moniker of the Dark Knight, where he starts to actually build a suit, learn the environment, figure out how he's going to take
Bad
down.
nipples start growing.
That's later on.
You might say, let's not forget about the Blade movies. Yeah, well, I don't know, like, if there was a change within the names. Because Blade Trinity made sense, because Trinity.
Yeah, and they had three people, and yeah, it was the ending of a trilogy, yeah.
Yeah, but, I mean, I don't know, man. By the way, too, those movies suck. I'm sorry. I really do not like the Blade movies.
I think the first two are great. I think the first two are really good. The second one's way better action, way better imagery, because Guillermo del Toro took the reins, and it was a way better movie. I like the first one. It was a bit cheesy with some of the action scenes, but I'm like, you managed to do, decent action in the fucking time period where no one gave a shit about that. That third one, oh my fucking god, the third one's terrible. And you know why? Because David S. Goyer is a fucking hack.
Oh, God, not that again. We got one of these days we got time.
David S. Goyer.
One of these days, we gotta try to do a whole thing talking about that shit. I want a whole show based on David S. Goyer.
I'm not gonna stop. He's a fucking hack.
Marissa's saying he thinks the first two plays are good. He's over there. Thank you for being in the YouTube chat too, dude. Really appreciate it. I'm trying to do all the chats at the same time. Hopefully, they actually get.
The first two Blades are good, so yeah.
Saying I'm trying to ice skate uphill. Okay, is that a Blade reference? Does he
Yeah,
say
that's
that?
the first one. Motherfucker's always trying to ice skate uphill.
That's so.
It's basically just. I mean, it's a cheesy line, but it's kind of funny. It's like, hey, you're always trying to ice skate uphill, and it's like, you're just fucking going against gravity. You're fighting a losing battle type shit.
That's so stupid.
You're stupid.
You can't be mad at puns no more.
No, but like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you cannot be mad at
How's
puns
that
no
a
more.
pun?
No, I said you can't be mad at puns anymore. If you thought that was cute,
How
Exactly.
that makes no sense.
It
Yes,
kind of
it
makes
does.
sense.
How?
What kind of
Like,
what kind of candy you eating?
that's literally just as bad as a pun. You're always
No,
mad
it's
at
not.
puns. You're okay.
How? He's just ice skating uphill.
Because
It's
you
a
said a
fucking-
one-liner. Puns are basically like one-liners, and you are.
No, they're not.
basically-
They're very different. Puns are play on words. This isn't a play on words. This is a figure of speech.
Oh, fuck you. Because I mean, honestly, you make sense in your defense, but at the same time, it's like,
Yeah, Mauricio has my back. It's a one-liner.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
If I say I'll be back, if I
It's
say
still
I'll
really
be
stupid. My point is, you come at puns all the time, and they're
goddamn right I do.
that's stupid.
No,
and
it's not. That's like saying I'll be back is when Arnold goes I'll be back in the fucking first Terminator. That's a pun, or that bad is a pun.
No, but
yeah, I'll
like
be
the
back.
one-liners-
And he comes
but
back later with a truck.
But no, you talk shit about Freddy Krueger though, saying, "Oh, those stupid fucking
Watch me.
one-liners." Yeah. So
His one-liners are stupid. One-liners themselves are dumb, but his are terrible.
You're a hypocrite.
You're a fucking asshole who just is looking for any reason to fight.
But no, man, no. By the way, what the fuck were you eating? You know, I don't know why that's like really been on my mind.
I wasn't. I just had. I fidget sometimes.
Oh, okay. I thought you
It
grabbed.
sounded like your hands are moving and shit. I was just like, what is he?
Yeah,
opening?
I fidget sometimes.
Hard candy?
I know, like I literally
No,
got me to move for gummy bears.
No,
Candy.
I have some wrappers around and I fidget sometimes.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you know, I do the
So
same.
we're just like, damn, you gonna eat that candy? Or you're just gonna take 10 minutes to like just play with the fucking wrap?
Stop with the fucking
Yeah.
foreplay.
I
Get
actually
down
was
that
playing
shit.
with the wrappers.
You're like
But,
some Johnny.
you know, pay attention to the chat. Do you think Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2 should have been called Spider-Man No More?
Over here eating
Oh.
Jolly Ranchers.
So,
Over here eating Jolly Ranchers.
if that was the second, if that second movie was the last one, then that would make sense. But is there another reason why that should be the title?
No more.
Spider-Man No More? Like, is there? Because I feel like there's something I'm missing here with No More. Like,
You're right, Mauricio. Let's not talk about a terrible movie.
no, Spider-Man 2 is a good movie.
No, it's not.
Wait, hold on. Which one?
I said what I said.
The Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2
Yeah,
with Doc
That
Ock.
one was what are you talking about?
I don't like that fucking movie.
How the fuck did you not like that movie?
I don't think that movie's good. I think the only reason people enjoy it is because it's miserably depressing for most of it, and the main character doesn't even want to fucking be there half the goddamn time. The only good part about that fucking movie is the train sequence, but you have to go through 2.5 hours of garbage before you fucking get there.
Huh. Well, shit.
It's not that interesting. It fucking completely just the entirety of the first Spider-Man movie is he can't reveal his identity or he's gonna hurt the people around him. Spends the entirety of the next movie revealing to every single man, woman, and child without seemingly any fucking consequences. Just meanders around because the movie doesn't know what it exactly wants to fucking do. And it just because, hey, let's make this as miserable as humanly fucking possible because, hey, we got to change it up in the first one and make it darker. At this point, why did Peter Parker doesn't even want to be Spider-Man? It seems to be his life is better off when he's not Spider-Man, but just becomes it out of fucking who gives a shit.
Well,
Isn't that basically Spider-Man though?
yeah.
Yeah,
that's pretty much
well, the
everything
reason I hate
he
Spider-Man, they don't know how to fucking tell a Spider-Man story, and that second one is terrible. That's why I like the third one a lot better.
did. Well, shit.
I like the third one.
Man.
Yeah, Logan, I don't like Logan either. I don't think Logan is that good of a movie.
Wait,
Watch
what
me.
the fuck?
I don't like Logan either. I think Logan is just going out of its
Holy
way
shit.
to be dark.
Alan, you broke my.
Yeah, yeah, her shit. She had the brain.
I'm sorry. All Logan is like, well, fuck. We got to tell dark and depressing stories because that's the only way we can tell a fucking Wolverine story. God forbid any of these characters are happy. They did the same thing with Batman.
But dude,
like, oh, God
that's
forbid
the
we
world that
can.
he live in. Like, dude, how the fuck
Doesn't
can you
matter.
be happy? What's there to be happy about? Everyone's fucking
I
dying.
don't know. Tell a fucking story. Dude, that entire fucking story was written for that fucking movie. Like, they literally, so much of that bullshit happens because you watch the Wolverine, and it's a pretty decent movie. I think the ending sucks, but the Wolverine is a pretty decent movie. And then there's this weird time jump where it might as well not even be the same fucking like sequel to it, even though it technically is, where it just jumps around. Apparently all the mutants died. Apparently all this shit's happening. And now his fucking adamantium is killing him. But instead of, ever bothering to fucking try, he just says, fuck it, I don't want to die.
Mad that a superhero movie finally has fucking like things that can actually go wrong? Like,
No,
there's
it doesn't
actual
fucking.
stakes?
It barely explains it. It just fucking skips a bunch of this bullshit that would have been interesting. Like, for some fucking reason, all this bullshit is happening, but never gets fucking explained because it's a movie we fucking missed. They just want to skip ahead, and that's what fucking Fox was doing with their Spider-Man or the X-Men movies. They're just skipping ahead to fucking make sure that they're like, oh, don't worry about it. Who gives a shit about this important details of how these characters got to this position? We're just gonna do a time jump because we don't fucking feel like committing anymore.
Yeah,
Wow.
and you got a problem?
Yeah, it's really not that good of a movie.
I am
Wow.
so shocked right now.
Over here
I
drinking. this
really
fucking
don't like that
Gatorade.
fucking movie.
Mickey
Yeah, I'll
Arm.
fight every goddamn one of you in the chat. I don't give a goddamn shit. This movie's overhyped because they fucking play Johnny Cash in the trailer and because it's dark and sad.
Now,
Everyone's
now
like,
you're
oh,
saying you fucking hate Johnny Cash and his
no, I will
giant
never say
John
that.
boots?
I will never
I
say
can't
that.
believe
Johnny
Alice
Cash,
said he would throw him down some stairs. That's
the only
fucked
fucking
up.
reason, no, it's just because it's dark and depressing, it means it's good. Fuck you.
No, in the chat, by the way, Michi Arm. I like that name. We're not really a Double Toast the second channel or anything. We just do the pre-show form and everything. But yeah, they'll be starting on soon. And as soon as they start their show, I'll make sure to let you guys know when that happens. And you guys can go enjoy Double Toast and everything. But, Mitchy Arm, since you're here, I want your opinion. Do you think Alan is wrong for what you said about Logan? What are your thoughts about Logan? I want everyone to tell me your thoughts about Logan right now. Because the thing is... Oh, thank you, Brightburn. Watchmen.
Watchmen is fucking terrible. Well, Watchmen's not any better. Like, Watchmen's
Wait, I
just
thought you liked
bad.
Watchmen, the show?
The show is fantastic, but the movie is terrible. I thought that's what he was referencing.
No, but wait, but Watchmen, the show is also depressing too.
It's actually not as much depressing as you think. It actually has a lot of more interesting nuances, and it dwells a lot to all the characters, from both the new characters they established to the show to the old characters from back in the day. And they actually establish a lot of the motivations, and they go right into a lot of the history. So it feels like a direct sequel, not necessarily to the movie, but to the comic. But if you only watch the movie, you actually get enough of it to understand a lot of what's going on. And it's a really, really good sequel that really stands on its own.
Yeah, damn,
Fuck you, E-Mike.
E-Mike never does that too, but even he, I'd be like, nah, you're full of shit.
I'm done. The Watchmen movie, Zack Snyder's Watchmen is fucking terrible. The fucking television show is great. Fuck you, J Panda. You don't think I'll fight every goddamn movie on it?
So Mango literally saying Logan is at least top 10 comic book of all time. Oh, okay.
Oh, so I didn't watch. Okay, he didn't watch Logan.
All right.
Yeah. To each their own. Maybe you'll like it.
Yeah. I mean, okay. I actually will say I'm glad that you just said to each their own. I mean, because I know.
No, I get it. It's just me. I get it. It's just me. Like, when everyone watches those, the greatest looking movie ever made, I'm like, no, it fucking isn't. I get it's just me. But if Civil War was not as bleak though, because it's Marvel, so they can only get so bleak. But it was. I'm not sure if he's referring to the comic. I'm assuming he's referring to the movie. But the thing with Civil War is that's why it's my favorite Marvel movie, because it's the only one that tries to acknowledge that the events of the prior movie, as awesome as they look from our perspective, are horrifying for the people on the ground. And I really, really fucking appreciate that. No other Marvel movie ever did that, including fucking. That's one of the reasons I hate Far From Home, where we just completely ignore this universe-changing event just to make jokes about it. It's like it's fucking insulting to the fucking what happened in Endgame. Like, none of that shit mattered.
Mike has a question for you, Alan. He says, "I take it you hate the prequel Star Wars films."
I hate Clone Wars, and I actually like Phantom Menace. I like the last 30 minutes of
Wait, not Clone Wars, yeah, Attack of the Clones, right?
Sorry, yeah, I confuse. Come on, Clone Wars TV show, Attack of the Clones. I confuse those a lot.
I get you.
But the reason I like the last 30 minutes, because I know what they're getting at, because the Revenge of the Sith is very dark and depressing. And I want people to know, I don't hate dark and depressing stuff. But when it's dark and depressing for no fucking reason, that's when it pisses me off. Where it's like, oh, we can be rated R, and we can be dark and miserable. Cool. You know what I can't say this. I'm going to defend one of the prequel movies. The reason that Star Wars Revenge of the Sith is actually really, really good, at least for the last 30 minutes, is because it's a culmination of a trilogy. You have this character that you've been following, Anakin Skywalker, finally accept the dark side. And you get to see that change of him becoming the Darth Vader that we know, that's willing to kill everybody, with that interesting change. Then you have Obi-Wan, who's been trying his best to keep his apprentice from going to the dark side, and has to fight them. And essentially, he's planned to kill him over the course of that fight. And you get to see these two people that were friends, that were brothers, over 6 hours of movies fight. And it's amazingly choreographed, brilliant score by John Williams. And it's a culmination of everything that happens. That's why I really enjoyed that last bit of it.
Okay, and I mean, I get your point as far as Star Wars things goes. I will tell you guys right now too, I hate all Star Wars movies, but I give lots of respect to the prequels in a sense, because for one, that Darth Maul fight is some of the best fighting I've seen in any fucking movie ever. I
really
love
good.
the choreography. Yeah, it was really cool. And another thing too is, like, I do enjoy that once again, and this is the kind of conversation we had during Soul and Wonder Woman and all that stuff, but like, or episode 1, 2, and 3 of Star Wars, I feel like they know that they're for kids, and they're just like, listen, we're gonna entertain our core audience, who we want to entertain. We're not gonna do
what?
Oh yeah, like,
dude, the third one starts off with a dude being decapitated on his knees. What do you mean this is for kids?
What, episode 1, 2, and 3? The Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith.
You remember how Revenge of the Sith starts? It is Count Dooku on his knees, and Anakin fucking deheads him.
When have decapitations not been for kids, though?
Well, no, but like even in Lion King and like other shit, there's been like decapitations and like
not
people
as brutal
eating.
as that. Like those
It
movies
wasn't
are
that
PG-13.
brutal. We're putting the word brutal out there, but there was not even a fucking drop
Cut
of
his
blood.
head off.
There's not even no blood. This isn't brutal.
What?
Look at
Still
New Hope.
beheaded.
Look at that New Hope. It's literally fucking on all the Disney things, and like literally, Vader hits somebody with a stupid lightsaber.
Just because it's not rated R doesn't mean it's for kids.
Okay, yeah, but I'm not even saying that. But what I'm saying though is like it's clear that it's for a younger audience, because most people say, I remember watching that when I was a kid. Like it's a kid movie.
because they got the flash and colorful lights, but I wouldn't necessarily say like it is. They said, oh, they made it for kids. Like, no, they made it for about teenagers, where it's like, yeah, they could deal with a bit more of the graphic stuff, but it's not too graphic. Like that's what Star Wars is. It's kind of PG-13 range.
So
They actually got in trouble.
Phantom of the Menace, and you watch like that pod racing shit. You think that like that's for teenagers to enjoy?
That particular scene, that particular scene, I say that's more of a family thing. But you brought the Darth Maul fight. Do you remember how that fight starts? A dude gets stabbed through the fucking chest. Like,
well, yeah, but they're not real, they're not swords, so it's not a big deal. Like,
it is a big deal because the guy dies.
What, okay, let me ask this: is Home Alone for kids?
It shouldn't be.
But see, the fact you couldn't even answer really yes or no, you couldn't give me a yes or no. Like, so you know my point's being made.
No, okay. Is RoboCop for kids?
No, they say fuck in there all the time. What are you talking about?
Buy a RoboCop toy. Who the fuck's that for?
But now you're talking about marketing. You might
That's
even toy those too.
Movies are marketing versus the actual content are two different things. Yes, George Lucas wanted to market Star Wars for a much younger audience. That's why Clone Wars is as cartoony as it is. But the actual products for the movies themselves are really not bad. That's where they get that giant disconnect for whether or not it's actually for kids and how it's sold as for kids. Like there are movies specifically made for kids. We brought up Boss Baby. That is specifically made for very young children. Anyone can enjoy it, but it's specifically made for that. Star Wars itself, the actual products are really for teenagers. When you watch every single one of those movies, they're really for teenagers. The supplemental material varies because you have some of the darker stuff like The Mandalorian, but you have some of the Clone Wars, some of the stuff that's for kids. But you have that situation where it jumps around. Like I would never say the prequels are for kids. They're more cartoony than the original trilogy, but I would never say they're for kids.
Okay, well, like, the thing that I was really trying to get at here, basically, is with Home Alone, and actually, I'll respond to this in a minute, Mike, but I just wanted to respond to what I was trying to say earlier. The Home Alone thing, the reason why I brought that up is because that movie is definitely for kids, and it's a very Christmas family movie. It is almost mandatory for that to play every single year for Christmas. It's all over the place. However, every time that plays, you got Joe Pesci, who is just censoring himself the whole movie. He might as well be like, "You little motherfucking cocksucker, motherfucker!" Like, yeah. And then what Macaulay Culkin does to those bad guys is some seriously Saw-like shit. You said it yourself, Alan. That's basically a Saw prequel.
Especially the second one. Oh my god, the second one is way worse.
And he throws a brick from the top of the building and it hits him in the fucking head.
Four times in a row.
And by the way, it looks real as fuck when they do it. It looks scary.
Yeah, the images, but it's one of those things where it's like, yes, it's the marketing. What is Home Alone marketed to kids? Of course it is. It's here's this kind of interesting, fun little rambunctious Looney Tunes story where kid's home alone and he has to fend off guards and whatever. That's funny, right? He puts a nail on a stair and a person steps through it. He fucking sets somebody on fire. He fucking made someone walk on broken glass. Like, fuck, that's a kid's movie.
Yeah, but it counts. And that's why, but I think that kids can handle some of those things, and that's why it's like, violence
I can't handle that. I couldn't handle it back as a kid. I couldn't handle it when I watched it. I still can't handle it. Fuck you when they fucking put that spider on that guy's face. Yeah, exactly.
That part fucked me up.
Eat a dick.
Just bite it and eat it.
Oh man, that was
okay. We're not talking about you, Jeff.
Efren John, hey, I saw you in the chat earlier, by the way, too. I forgot to respond to some of the things you said, but if you want to ask me the same thing you said before, Efren, I'm fucking up your name. Go ahead and do that. But Mike, I'm gonna ask you your question real quick. Diaz, your thoughts on the passing of Brody Lee and your thoughts on Vincent McMahon in the hospital. So the thing is, I'm looking this up, man. I don't know anything about Vincent McMahon being in a hospital, but I know the guy's a piece of shit. Nobody likes him. I will fucking cry on stream if something happens to that man. I'm sorry. I love Vince McMahon. Dude, it's like I can't help it. Like he's such a part of my childhood. Like the whole everything he did for wrestling. So much of my personality is based on fucking wrestling and wrestlers. You know, Lon was trying to be Stone Cold. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, dude. I don't want nothing to happen to him. And I know he's old, and I know death has to happen. But like that shit has emotional. Another thing too, Mike. The other question, Brody Lee dying. That was fucked up, and I fucked up before the show and put myself in a really bad space mentally. Enzo Amore, this guy who got in trouble for doing some pervert shit in Phoenix a couple years ago, who got fired right afterwards. But he put out a video today, and he didn't even do his Enzo Amore voice, which I never heard his real voice before. But he just went on there and just started crying, talking about John Huber, who is a guy who plays Brody Lee and Luke Harper on wrestling. I'm just talking about all the stuff like, hey man, like he was always really cool. He didn't like argue with people as far as like letting do moves on him, blah blah blah. So it really sucks that it happened, but I do appreciate that people are talking about some of the cool backstage things. They're not caring about the storylines and the fake like you got to hide the wrestling stuff. Don't let people know the ins and outs and blah blah blah. Everyone's being very very like respectful to tell these behind the scenes stories. But yeah, dude, fucking it just sucks. I hate hearing about someone dying. I cannot stand it. And I hope that AEW this week, because that's the show that he's currently on, before he died, obviously. But apparently it's gonna be a huge tribute show to him. But like, you gotta keep in mind, dude. I think Wednesday is like the 30th, right? So we're gonna end up 2020 in one of the most saddest 2-hour fucking shows. Like I don't know, like. When it comes to tributing someone's death or paying their respects, do you feel like there's like a limit on how far you go with that? Because for me, like, I was glad the Chadwick Boseman stuff kind of ended after a week because that was so depressing, especially watching interviews that he was talking about, like, the kids that were going through the same thing he was going through, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I can't keep hearing about this shit because it's going to fucking infinitely make me depressed. So what do you feel about that, like, as far as tributes to people who passed, Alan?
I don't know, because, like, I was hearing about that stuff, and of course that made me upset, especially Chadwick Boseman, just because he knew and he kept it a secret, and he still kept working. Could have easily just stopped, but he wanted to keep working. He wanted to keep doing stuff. So it's like, I don't know, because like I have very strong feelings about death, and it's one of the things where I've been in scream matches with people that make death jokes, that make jokes at people's death. I can't do that shit.
I hate that shit so much.
Nothing makes me angry. That's one of the reasons I legitimately hate horror movies, because I don't want to watch people die for an hour and a half, or it's like screaming and begging. It's like, so whenever we see a tribute or whatever, it's like I want anybody that passes to get as much time as possible, just so that it's like it can make it easier for people to deal with, where it's like, hey, you can still be remembered, but it's like I get it where it's like you kind of want to be over. So it's like I don't really know. I don't think anyone should, I don't ever, like, to me the worst thing in the world is to be forgotten. So it's like I don't ever want that to happen to anybody that passes. So it's like I don't know how to feel about it. It's just at the end of the day, it's like, do I want it around? Yes. Does it make me upset? Yes. Like I'll answer yes to both questions, but it's like, yeah, I don't want anyone to ever be forgotten.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. I think that these guys. I'm not saying that Chadwick only did this because he wanted to be remembered or be like on the top of his game.
Oh no, he just want to make sure to keep a role model,
Yeah, but I think that other people might be doing it that way. Like Vince McMahon, there's no reason why he should still be doing this. I found the report finally, Mike. But yeah, right here, Vince McMahon's health is not very good these days, as per report. But yeah, there's been a lot of stuff happening backstage with him like freaking out on people, not having a whole lot of like chill as far as like, oh, that fucking thing sucked on the show, and goddamn it, it's basically being me. But the thing is, though, it's like, he works. I mean, the big thing that people used to brag about with Vince McMahon is like, oh, sleep is the enemy. I get 2 hours of sleep every night. Like, sleep is the enemy. While you're asleep, someone else is succeeding. Do not let them succeed. Fucking take your what you need to sleep on. Like, you gotta get at least an hour, obviously, but sleep is the enemy overall. And I used to like be jealous of that. And John Cena has that too. John Cena actually stole his sleep schedule basically and was like, yeah, I'm not gonna fucking sleep either. But at the same time, it's like when you're 75 years old, sleep, man. You're a billionaire. You have so much money. Just sit at home. Like last year, he was trying to do the XFL before coronavirus happened. I'm like, dude, you're trying to create a football league? Why? Like
power.
Yeah, like is he trying to take over the fucking world? Like, what's wrong with you? Are you crazy? Like, I don't know, man. It's time to sit the fuck down when you're that successful. It's like, what's the point of success when you're always trying to work harder to fucking like I don't know.
Get there, It's one of those things where it's like, again, we brought up the movie Soul. It's one of those things where they're always trying to chase this one dream. They're always trying to chase this platform because they think it'll make them happy. But once they get close, they have to push the boundary because they realize it's not enough. So it's just a never ending. It's an obsession. It's just for him, it's
like
working.
Max Lord on fucking Wonder Woman, where it's like this dude.
No, it's exactly like that, where there's no limit. He would have been fine with just the oil, in that movie. He would have been fine with just the oil. But then as soon as he got the oil, he realized I can get whatever I want. So he just kept going. He became the president. He became everything. So it's like, again, it's one of those things of like, it's a lesson that both those movies came out at the same time. And I think they're good for them to land on Christmas because they both have the same lesson of just like, whatever you think your dream is, it's not going to make you happy. Doesn't mean you shouldn't try to achieve it. It just means that you should understand that level, that step you want to get to isn't going to make it happy, isn't where your life starts. Your life's already living. You're living your life right now. So just be happy along the way till you get there.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's honestly a really like great way to put it. But Jeb, what are you feeling about this stuff? I mean, does this stuff affect you? Like when you hear about wrestlers dying? Because I mean, you being like around me all the time, you watch these guys on TV a lot. I'm always showing you clips and everything. What do you feel about Vince McMahon being in the hospital and obviously Luke Harper dying?
I mean, I'm the worst person to ask about this because I don't generally think about it too much.
But like even like I mean I know you must have cared about Chadwick Boseman, but like just like when someone else dies but they're a figure in entertainment, whatever, like do you let that affect you, or does it kind of like roll off your back? I'm not trying to say like you don't give a shit, but it's like it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, there's so much going on in the world, I can't put energy into that.
I mean, yeah, it was shocking, but as shitty as it sounds, I've become numb to a lot of it. After like a little bit, like I just try to be on my way.
Yeah, man, I'm trying
and
to
not try to think about it too much and like let everyone grieve how they're supposed to.
Yeah,
that's why I don't really get bothered by like the stuff they post and anything like that. I just let people grieve, and everyone needs their amount of time to get over something.
Yeah, Captain Laser says funny thing about Vince McMahon, he already tried the Expo. Yeah, 2001, man, he fucked that up big time, and he did that in a way that was really embarrassing too. Trying to do like I remember he did like this thing like, hey, before the football game next week, we're gonna have the inside scoop in the cheerleaders' bathroom. They're not even gonna know. We're gonna walk in there. We're gonna show them naked. And,
that's hilarious.
And you know what's funny? The ratings boosted, and when they obviously, because it's on fucking NBC on national TV, they didn't show titties and pussy and shit. So, when people are like, "Hey, I came here for pussy," the ratings just dipped horribly, and then people said they didn't like the football and blah blah. But it's like, damn, dude, like, for a guy who we're talking about, like, oh man, I hope he's okay. I mean, this dude's kind of a piece of shit sometimes, man.
Kind of. He is a piece of shit. Let's be real.
He's a piece of shit. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. I hate admitting that, especially right now, because I really don't want him to die this week. But fuck, man. God, 2020, can you stop? Please. We got fucking 3 more days, man. Come the fuck on.
It's not gonna be better when it fucking hits January 1st. It's gonna be just as bad.
Oh man, 2021 is going to really, like, how we talk about, speaking of wrestling, we always say you
gotta bring people back to life.
Yeah, no, it's like
motherfuckers just get to come back from the grave. Okay, cool. This year's better.
No, man, it's weird. It's like with 2021, it's like they're gonna have to like do like what we usually say about new characters in wrestling or in movies. You gotta get over. 2021 is gonna get over by just killing one more famous person, and the COVID fucking spikes going huge. Like, I don't know what they're gonna do, but 2021 I feel like might be really, really bad instantly, or just will be a long stretch of agony until 2022. I'm looking forward to 2022. I think it's going to be a long stretch because, like, vaccines are going out and things are doing okay, but that's going to take weeks for anyone to know if the numbers are going to go down, and it's going to take months. Like, it'll be 2022 before things are almost back to normal, so 2021 is going to be the year of, like, it's like the countdown. It's at 1. For the whole year, it's at 1 until we know if things are going to somehow get back to normal. So it's like, I hope so. I really hope like halfway by June, things are going back to normal, because it's like, I've gotten used to wearing a mask, but, man, it'd be nice not to wear a mask anymore. Yeah, man. I'm reading above a little bit. Michi Arm says, I don't generally like dark things, but sometimes I like a series that gets dark if it has a good reason to be dark. I realize I don't really like when shows are dark just to be cool, because usually once you get past the dark and gritty aesthetic, the story and characters themselves are bland. I kind of agree, but here's the thing, though, and this is the thing that me, Ganja, and Alan will always disagree on, and Ganja and me are more on our side versus Alan. But, like, dude, especially with comedy, I feel like you gotta go dark. And the reason why is because, like, Office, for example, sometimes they get so lost in its not even PG, but just this very, like, calm demeanor of dry comedy, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's not taking any chances, so you feel like you can watch this passively and not pay attention because all the jokes are relatively the same. Like,
no, I wouldn't say it's the same, but you're right. It's very passive. That's why it helped start binge culture, where people would leave it on in the background and you tune in. Oh, that's a funny joke. Yada yada. To me, it's like I gave it the early statement of, like, if it's dark for dark's sake, it's like, for instance, Broadchurch. All 3 seasons are on Netflix, so check it out. But basically, what it is like, yeah, there's this death that happens to this kid early on, and that's Corey.
Talking, be right back. Corey's calling me, but you continue on.
Yeah, there's this this kid dies under mysterious circumstances, and it's very, very dark. It's heart-wrenching throughout the entire ordeal right to the end. But everything that's doing is dark for dark's sake, because, hey, this is a child that died. This is a very serious situation. We're not going to sit here and make light of it. I hate when people make light of it, but also the opposite. I hate when people, use when people don't respect death. Somebody died. The entire life just was snuffed out. I don't think that's a reason to laugh. I don't think there's a reason to make jokes about it. So it's like, that's why I like my comedy. It's like, yeah, I like my comedy a little bit more fluffier, but, like, I don't necessarily think it should be totally super PG, but, like, I don't like the opposite way around. It's like the only way to make comedy is to go, rated R or stuff like that. I think that's just, like, I think that's just a cheap excuse for shock humor. And I think shock humor is one of the laziest fucking humors in the world. So when I go to like, and some of the stuff that I love and some of the comedies that I watch, it's like, yeah, there's a lot of really funny shit that goes on. E-Mike is asking, Diaz, you and Alan are a lot. Sorry, I'm not. Nope, we're not bringing up Daredevil again. We are not arguing about Daredevil again. Jet, you still there?
What about Daredevil and why you should talk? Why you two should talk about?
No, I meant dark. I meant comedy and darkness and shit. The shit I was talking about. I'm not talking about Daredevil again.
But what about Daredevil?
We already been arguing this shit for 2 years. I don't want to fucking go through that again.
Yeah, no, I actually with Daredevil, here's the thing. I just want to I do want to fix something I've said before about that show. I do think that Daredevil is an okay show, and I think that, man, it was the Netflix series really kind of like rehabilitated the character after that fucking horrible movie. So It's not all bad. I just disagree with the blind stuff, and I also disagree with just like how they didn't read the room as far as other characters go. Like Elektra, fucking badass, but I don't think Daredevil did Elektra right. And Punisher, once again,
nobody
badass.
has ever done Elektra right ever.
No, Elektra movie did it good.
That movie was terrible. What are you talking about?
It was alright.
No, it wasn't.
For its time, it was alright.
No, it wasn't, because it came out right after Daredevil, and that was terrible too.
I don't know, but another thing too, the Punisher. Like, I love the Punisher in the first 2 episodes where, John Bernthal's telling Daredevil, like, hey, you shut up, Red, which I keep thinking saying, shut up, Rick. It's like Walking Dead. But like, but the thing is though, is like, they did a good job, right? It was cool how they introduced him. And then we get to a point where we see, Punisher in court. And I'm like, that's like seeing the T-Rex do its tactics on Jurassic Park. It's like, what the fuck?
No, because no, I'm sorry, but like that was the only time in the entire fucking series we ever see the guy's a lawyer and he never does anything lawyer related. There's only 2 times. Like what's up?
The first season he did a lot of lawyer stuff. He was trying to
get.
No,
he didn't. He did 1 episode.
Okay, well, yeah.
And the second season, 1 episode.
Okay, you know what? I got the show for you, man. We could watch Matlock with the guy who's in Andy Griffith. That'd be great. Yeah,
Daredevil's supposed to be a lawyer, and he never does anything lawyer related. Oh no, that's why. That's the one thing about season 2 I hate, where it's like, hey, he becomes a lawyer once, and in order for him to not worry about his bills, we gotta give him this magical amount of money, so you don't have to worry about the fact that how is he paying rent in New York when it doesn't fucking work for most of the season. They do it twice, and it's fucking ridiculous. It's just lazy writing. Well, we can't have him. We can't pull a Spider-Man and have him trying to struggle his lawyer and his fucking, the fucking Daredevil job. No, we're just gonna make sure that he has a daddy paying all his bills, so he can focus on being Daredevil. And it's fucking annoying.
I like that Black Knight.
I'm not
that was
saying
an amazing
that
show. I'll fucking
Season
kill
1
you.
and 2 are great. Season 1 and 2 are great.
Mm-hmm.
Season 3 is trash. I stand by it.
I only saw a little bit of it, but I thought it was better than Iron Fist and Luke Cage.
That's a low bar.
It's a low bar.
Luke Cage season 2 is really, really good after the first couple episodes. Iron Fist is trash through and throughout.
One thing too that you got to keep in mind though when it comes to these shows is like when a show is good or a season of a show is good, that's 8 hours of good. At least like a little bit better than average versus the same amount of hours for movies. Sometimes there's not even that much movie even out for that character. Like I gotta tell you, like if you watch all the Marvel movies, right? Like what is that? Like 38 hours or some shit of content?
Something like that.
Yeah.
There's like 20 movies, 2 hours a piece. It's almost 40 hours.
And if you watch Daredevil, all the seasons, you're pretty much at the same point. I think I'd rather watch all the Daredevil episodes than ever watch any of the Marvel movies. Like, you know what I mean? Because it's just like, and it's harder to even do that because it's the same character, yet they still made it fresh. I think that goes to say something really cool, considering, with fucking the Marvel movies, there's so many different characters, so many different storylines, and yet still I'd rather see the same thing for the same amount of time with Daredevil and Punisher than fucking ever deal with that on the other thing. And of course, call me again, I'll be right back.
On that point, because I think what it is that the reason where people, because I've always said this, and I'll say this straight up, that I think that television is a better medium for storytelling than movies will ever be. Because I think movies, they give you the pure, they give you this iconic, they give you this big set pieces that establish the character, that get the character going through extraordinary things. And with Marvel movies, they have to always do world or galaxy saving events for it to justify that. But when you have television, you tell a simpler story. Like, what's the plot of season 1? The plot of season 1 is him just trying to figure out who these guys are. Like, it's really not that big of a stakes. It's really low stakes. But as a result of the fact that the stakes are low, you get a chance to build the character a lot more. Build the side characters. You actually give a shit about them. What's the second one? It's like, well, hey, we got to stop the hand from getting this thing that might do something. It's not like, oh, we got to stop the world from ending. It's really low stakes. And as a result of that, you get a chance to focus on the character telling. Like, the Marvel movies I like are the Marvel movies that go into character depths, like the Civil War, Winter Soldier. A lot of the Captain America trilogy goes in depth into the character. The television show, as much as not all of them are good, they at least try to flesh the characters out. So by the end of all of their shows, you know what Jessica Jones' deal is, you know what Daredevil's deal is, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, you know what these characters' deals are. Like, for instance, Guardians. Like, I really still don't get what the fuck is Groot's deal? He just chills around and murders a bunch of people. Like, I don't really get.
Well,
his
he is
deal.
a tree. I don't expect a
Yeah,
whole
but
lot.
he clearly is intelligent and talks and has feelings. But it's like I feel like
it seems like you've never talked to a fucking tree before.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, you don't.
Yeah,
you have
it's
experienced life. you need to talk to a tree, bro. The thing is, though, is yeah, I know we've been talking about this for a long time, by the way, guys. So we'll probably just fucking jump right out of this whole goddamn Marvel thing. But I will say, just and I could have there's another thing that E-Mike asked. So I'm sorry, E-Mike. You don't have to give me bits for this next one. If I forgot to ask a question, just copy and paste what you said, and then I'll definitely answer. But JP up there in the chat said, I would like if Iron Fist was done right. The comics are cool. The show, I didn't last 2 episodes. Yeah, I feel like Iron Fist should have been more grounded.
I don't blame you, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. Captain Laser, I feel like the Guardians of the Galaxy movies get to have the best of both worlds. They can indulge in high stakes and action, have great character development. I won't have Alan go off on the opposite of that because I feel like, especially with Volume 2, holy shit, it was bad.
Fucking God. Like, if you talk about specifically the first Guardians, yes, I think the first Guardian really goes into the characters. It manages to balance the character development with the comedy, and it works really, really well. So by the end of it, you kind of get everyone's deal. You kind of get what everyone's going for. The second one is just every single fucking joke that fucking movie has needs to be stretched out. Because remember, that's the key to comedy, right? Keep saying the same joke over and over again. It gets funny every time, right?
Okay, I will say, though, with this community, they might agree with that legitimately.
You know what? Yeah, that's true.
I'm sorry.
Yes, a racist got hit in the face with a can of iced tea. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, okay, that was hilarious. Because I watched that video like 20 times.
I've seen 18 different posts today. Because again, the fucking Double Toasted fan page and post approval. Do you know how many posts I've seen with those memes? Like, fucking Christ, you guys could run a joke into the ground.
Yeah, like, honestly, I don't even want to see a fucking can of Twisted Tea or whatever the fuck. It's like, all right, guys. All right, I get it. But, yeah. Soul Mango saying, I didn't even finish Season 1 of Iron Fist. Yeah,
I don't
blame you, bro.
Season 1 was terrible.
Yeah. Oh, God, Mauricio, where the money reside, where the money reside. What, man, Corey, if you're watching this, bro, I'm sorry. I know I just got done talking to you on the phone. I was really nice to you, and I'm not trying to be mean while you're watching me and everything. But, like, bro, can you stop with that fucking video, please? God damn it. Every fucking show starts off with him like, man, where the money
he
reside.
did that. Okay, that's Corey, man. He knows how to run things to the ground. Remember that clip from Atlanta he kept using until people literally yelled at him to stop?
Yeah. Oh, dude, or Tyrese with a, no!
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, God, I can't.
You know what? That explains why all y'all like Guardians too.
Yeah, dude, there's been times where I'm like trying to sleep. Oh, man, I'm not going on a double toast and rant. I appreciate the thing that we have here.
Somebody likes the chat. Captain Laser fucking like, I love it. That's what keeps him going.
But like, I used to watch Double Toast when I was going to bed, dude, and I hate when he shows that Tyrese clip because there's been so many times that he wakes my ass up by someone just going no, or when he goes shit with a new trailer. I'm like, man, like, dude, please fix the fucking audio. You're waking me up, dude. Anyways. That's all. And I'm going to pretend like I don't actually feel this way when Corey asks me about it tomorrow. So,
nothing pisses me off more than when a joke is going through. The first time I saw the video, I'm like, oh man, that guy got really fucked up. But then the memes, I'm like, these memes are kind of funny. Literally, it's one of those things where there's so many memes that are like the foundation of just comedy on the internet that as soon as a new meme starts, you start seeing all the old memes just take the place. Like the guy looking at a girl when he's walking with his girl, and they show the iced tea, or the Anakin and the younglings or shit like that. I'm like, fucking Christ! Like I'm sure there's a Poco. I'm sure they're gonna do the Pikachu shock meme with that fucking iced tea shit. So.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. By the way, someone else in the chat, Marissa, that falls DT and spill review sometimes. So, Alan, Jed, I'm going to ask you guys a question about this. So, for me, when I like something a lot, I usually sleep to it. It's just a thing that it's like my comfort blanket when I go to bed. You know what I mean? But the thing is one time my mom was like really into Double Toast, just watching her video, and she was like, it was like new to her still. So, the fact when I was working with Corey, it was really cool, and she wanted to talk to her. So my mom's like, oh, you're so great. He's like, oh, really like our stuff? He's like, yeah, I love this stuff. I go to sleep to it all the time. There's not one day I go to bed I don't listen to it. He's like, wait, so you're trying to say I'm boring? And it's like, Yeah, like like it wasn't supposed to come out across that way, but like, dude, it sounds like if you say, "Man, I listen to it when I go to bed because I can't stay awake listening to your ass." Like,
Well, that's
how
what
is
it
that not
means. Like
insulting?
it's like the whole "it'll put me to sleep" type shit. We used to make that joke with Roxy. Every time I talk, she start yawning.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit different because you straight up put her ass to sleep.
Yeah, like multiple times. Like she'd be like talking, eating, doing all this shit going on for an hour. So my day.
Yeah,
She
dude.
was like fucking yawning. I'm like, well, sorry.
You should be a fucking like guy who narrates a book or something. Like, and the other
Apparently
day.
not.
But Jed, what do you feel about that though? Like, do you? I mean, like, is that an insulting thing? Like, if someone told you, "Hey, Jed, like I like to listen to it when I go to bed. I like to listen to your show." You know, I don't pay attention to it.
I
'Cause I'm
mean,
not
if they were an ASMR channel, I'm pretty sure they take that as a compliment.
but like, let's just say you're like high energy, talking, reading a bunch of shit, or yelling or doing reviews. Would that make you feel bad? People fall asleep to you.
Nah, I'm just like, go ahead, baby, get your rest.
All right, well, shit. I don't know. I think I'd still be insulted, but I'm a sensitive man. But speaking of sensitivity, no, actually not speaking. Has nothing to do with sensitivity. I don't know what the fuck that segue was. There's this fucking game that came out, and I am sick of, speaking of things being beaten down to the fucking head. I get it. It looks like Breath of the Wild. Okay, Forbes. Jesus Christ. It's like Ubisoft, man.
But Breath of the Wild, though, did you know it's like Breath of the Wild? Here, let me explain to you why it's like Breath of the Wild.
No, and it's like, dude, just make enough money, Ubisoft, and you guys can buy Zelda, okay? Is that what you want?
I don't
You
think
buy
they can,
Zelda?
actually. I don't think they can.
They probably
Nintendo would never get rid of that copyright, and also Nintendo's like the biggest company in the world.
I bet you Ubisoft would sell half their IPs to get enough money to get Zelda. Because
I
I
don't
guarantee
think
you, since they do Assassin's Creed, I think Ubisoft can do a great Zelda game.
Oh, fuck no, hell no.
Really? So, okay, I think that kind of gives me a spoiler for what this is, because did they do that? I mean, like, as far as this game goes, man, I've been hyped as fuck for Immortals Phoenix Rising. I've been wanting to play this so badly, but at the same time, I'm like, it's really, like, trying so hard to be something else. So I'm like, could I just get the same gameplay by playing Breath of the Wild or something else? But what do you feel, man? What was your thoughts on this?
I picked it up cheap because it's on sale right now and it's been out for, I guess it actually came out this month, so it kind of dropped enough in price, and I bought it at a game store because, hey, there's still a coupon on, so you can get like $10 off the fucking price of the game that's already on sale. So I'm like, whatever. I only paid like $40 for it, and it's straight up as Breath of the Wild. The climbing mechanics are very, very similar. Like when you climb, you have your stamina bar, jumping and stuff like that. The combat's a bit more closer to Odyssey, so it's a bit more bombastic and stuff like that. And also, Ubisoft Quebec has no fucking idea how arrows work, because hey, an arrow should, arrows kill people, not bounce off them. Any fucking way, who cares? But it's very colorful, it's very bright. But one of the things that I didn't notice is this focuses so much on the comedy. I'm just bursting out laughing at just how it's like it's not very Deadpool per se. It's close to Deadpool per se, where it's like the story is being narrated by one of the characters, and there's another character there that doesn't give a fuck about the main character, so he's just saying stupid shit like the entire time, and it's way more focused on the comedy than I expected it to be. But playing through it, it's a lot of fun. Clearly, this is a game that they wanted to make instead of Odyssey, but just never got the chance. And now they got a chance to make their own game. The open world is really a lot of fun. I'm liking the story. I'm liking the weapons. Clearly, they took inspiration from the game, but they're doing enough different stuff where it's like, these guys can't make a Legend of Zelda game because the puzzles are very, very simple. It's usually, hey, get this block and put it on this fucking pedestal, or move this fucking stone onto this switch thing, and that's really the extent of the puzzles. They're really not that complicated, but the combat's a lot of fun. It's doing a lot of stuff that I appreciate with combat, where enemies can hit other enemies. So if you're doing an attack and it dodges, it fucking hit it. Like at one point I killed a random enemy because I dodged out of a way of a tail attack as he just knocked the dude off a cliff. I'm like, I really appreciate enemy physics like that. I liking the fucking parry system is a lot of fun. I've only played like a couple of hours.
Do you like the flying? That's the big thing I was thinking about.
I've not gotten into it. I'm kind of waiting to get to it, and hopefully I play tonight or in the next couple of days. We'll get to the flying. I've not got there yet, but that's one of the things I'm really anticipating, because right now it's a double jump and a glide, but I'm curious to see what the flying is going to be like.
Yeah, I'm looking at this though, man. I do think that this game could be really, really fun. And granted, it's probably lots of things that you haven't unlocked yet, whatever. But as far as first impressions go, is this something that you feel like you're gonna give like a really high grade on, or do you feel like this might get repetitive, or I can just get this experience somewhere else?
I'm not sure, because clearly this is more because the thing is, I liked Odyssey, but Odyssey to me is like a gigantic plate of fries. It's not particularly interesting or good. There's no there's no ketchup, there's no cheese, there's nothing on it to give it a little bit of a poof. But there's so much there that you're just playing it, and it does feel, again, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, it feels like an Odyssey. All your quests go across the whole world, and you spend like 80 hours on the game and still doing the story. But you wouldn't particularly find like, oh, this is amazing. More like, this is okay. That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting a solid 6.5, 7 out of 10. But the story is really funny. So at least it's a fun game. It's fun to just play and just kind of enjoy, where it's not taking itself too seriously, but it's not being overly stupid. It's kind of finding a nice middle ground. So it could easily get repetitive, because Ubisoft games can get. But I think so far I'm enjoying it. It definitely wants me to keep playing. Like, I want to keep unlocking stuff because I want to see what other cool toys I get.
Yeah. But no, man. So I know, I mean, it's kind of one of those things that's really hard to kind of say at this point early on in the game, but I always like to do this anyways, just to compare it. But officially, out of 5, if you had to give this something, if someone put a gun to your head, you gotta give us a fucking number, what would you rate this?
3 out of 5. I think it would have been a little bit higher, but as much as I'm enjoying the combat, a lot of the animations feel very stilted, where it's like the animation will just stop as soon as you do like your combo, and I'm like, I'm not sure exactly why, if that's a gameplay decision or that's just optimization, but it still runs pretty well, so it can't really be that. Because the enemies also do that, so there's a lot of little things that I'm like, it knocks it down, but this is definitely more than average.
Yeah. By the way, thank you very much. I was trying to show him my shit turned all green and everything, but thank you, Killer, for the follow. Really appreciate that, dude. What you call it? JP saying there's an odd catharsis to that. I don't know what. Just that it doesn't look so great. Oh no. I will say though too, just to bring this up really quick. I think that for PS5 and whatever the new consoles are, they could have done a better job here. That looks like some Sims fucking Sims 3 shit.
I'm not sure what kind of video you got, because that actually does look terrible. Playing the game looks beautiful. It actually looks fantastic. Like, I played the first thing I thought with the characters, I'm like, holy shit, these characters look really good. Like, the armor looks good, everything's really colorful. And I'm playing, I'm like, wow, this looks really, really good. I expect it to run really good on the consoles. That might be the PS4 version, where it's like, yeah, they probably had to downscale it, because even my system's chugging a little bit. But I'm just looking at it going, this looks really fucking fantastic.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. I got to do something for Corey, and it does require me to actually not be on stream while I do it. So here's the thing, though, guys. We got to get the fuck out of here. There was a lot of things we're going to touch on, but I touched on at least the 2 fucking, thumbnail items, so that's always nice. But Wednesday, we're going to be back. Tomorrow, obviously, we're going to be back, too. We're going to play Fall Guys or Call of Duty or something like that. But Wednesday, we're going to be talking about Peacemaker, having a tons of cussing, apparently. Back for Blood review from Alan, Alice in Borderland. I'm going to see if you actually agree with me on Alice in Borderlands. I can't wait for that review on Wednesday. Also, possibly Hunter x Hunter. And I'm going to see if I can play a game with Alan. Hopefully, we can get Call of Duty going. I know we tried to do that last week, Alan. It didn't work. But we will see.
Well, no, we never even tried to.
We didn't try to, because we got so stuck. Like, people were asking questions and shit, I remember. And, like, we just talked for, like, an hour. So, yeah. But it is versus play Fall Guys, please. I like to win on a stream if possible. All right, I might do that. Well, congratulations on that, dude. I talked to you in the after hours call, whatever. But like, yeah, dude, congratulations on that win. I know it's like one of those things. Wait, congratulations on a win. It's like, no, guys, you don't know until you play Fall Guys. Winning just one game is amazing. I've
only ever gotten to like top 10. Like, I've never gotten win. I'm like, oh, so close to getting wins.
Oh, dude, I got close fucking 4 times on one stream yesterday, and Jet was just making fun of me, saying I was doing shit wrong. Jet was just picking on me the whole fucking time. She's a bully. You know, shit. God damn it, Jet. Why you do that to me?
You said you would push me down the stairs.
I did, after you made fun of me for falling down the fucking ice capades or where the fuck that
And I was pregnant too, so how fucking dare you?
What?
Yeah, well, I did you a favor.
What?
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, but still, you shouldn't have done it.
You guys are fucking weirdos.
But here's the thing. I would normally say you should do the whole Metropolis thing, but you know what? Why don't you tell them where to find the Illuminati and all that stuff, and not the whole thing, because I gotta get going, actually.
Alrighty then. So if you just quickly go to my Facebook, you'll find me tagging a lot of stuff in the Metropolis. So be sure to check that out. That's for me, Ganja, and Ruthless. We do the Illuminati podcast. We're currently on hiatus, but if you're curious to hear more about me talk about politics and stuff like that, be sure to check out the backlog. There's at least 70 episodes on there. So be sure to check that out.
Oh, yes. Woo, I love it. Very, very quick. So with that said, guys, I got to get out of here. I'm going to get spanked by Coleman, and not in the way that he wants to, because he's weird. He's very weird. He wants to deal with me. So that's disgusting. And make that trend, right? So, bye-bye. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Should I rate Christopher Juicy Herman? I believe so. Let me see if I could do that, guys. Let me see. Boom. So, enjoy Mr. Revan 7. Or enjoy Double Toasted, whatever you guys want to do. We out of here.